And I will go ahead and mute everybody just because it'll change the speaker view if I don't.
Okay.
Look, it's Rachel. So excited to see you, Rachel. It's been forever. Look, it's like we're all together. Wouldn't it be cool if we could just like hold hands and sing Kumbaya or something? Like, anyway. So I'm gonna pull up the PowerPoint here. And like I said, we got a bunch to talk about here. So those of you that came a little bit later, we're not going to pick a card to start because we're not going to have time to go through that. So Della and I are going to pick cards for you on the equinox. And we will either text, email, or actually just do a little live show to kind of let you see it. And, you know, I don't know if it's on a Saturday. I don't know what day it is. So I'm not going to promise anything, but maybe we'll come up on Zoom real quick and go through it, but we'll let you know. Okie doke. So let me see if I can make you a little bit bigger because I want to see what your response is to this. So how many people here are fall people? Just raise your hand. Yes. Okay. And how many are not fall people? Okay. And I have to say, that being said, I have really been wanting fall because it's been so hot and I'm ready for it to be cooler. So can everybody see the PowerPoint? Okay. I'm trying to keep you guys in my frame. It's a Saturday. Oh, okay. So we'll see what we do with that, right, Della? All right. So we're going to go over all of September. So Della and I are going to be doing this every single month. And so we're trying to give you some ideas of what to expect in this month, but also give you some fun stuff to do to prepare yourself for it. And Summer said something about needing to ground, and she is so on here. September is the time that we switch to the air season and we all get a little scatterbrained. So we're going to have some things for you guys to do to ground. So it's the end of summer, the beginning of autumn. We have the equinox coming, Mabon, if you like to follow pagan rituals. We're going into metal season, and metal seasons can be kind of tough. It is a time to look inward and self-reflect to prepare you for what's coming up. It's a very transitional time. We go from the heat of summer, and hopefully we're going to get some coolness and crispness coming in soon. And it's a time of harvest, and not just a time to harvest food. You know, whenever we think of harvest, we think of food. It's you had all this fire coming your way over summer. You had the new beginnings in spring. What have you created that you're going to keep with you? It's also a huge letting go time, really thinking about what doesn't serve you so you can start to think about the new beginning come next spring. And it's the 9th month. So the energy of 9 is all about spiritual awakening and enlightenment. So you're right in the right place right now where you need to be, coming and kind of going more towards your spiritual life and what works for you. So we're going to start, and I'm unfortunately going to have to make you small again. So metal season, if any of you follow acupuncture or Chinese medicine, when we start to go into metal season, us older people start to get creaky. Metal is very dry. It's very harsh. So if you're a yogi and you come to my classes, you know that once we start to go into metal, we take a longer time to warm up. We warm up our feet and our hands. It's our joints. Fibromyalgia, if you have those kind of things, you're going to have a little bit more trouble with that. I've already had 3 of my clients tell me they're having a fibromyalgia outbreak, and that's that metal. Metal is also represented by our father, and this whole season is about ancestors and things like that. So if you've been thinking about your father a little bit more, that would be why. This is the season of contraction and moving inwards. It's also about your lungs and your large intestine. So, you know, there's a lot of issues sometimes with getting things moving, if you know what I mean. And it's because we're kind of coming into this stagnant sort of period. Like I said, it's hard on our bones. If you have rheumatoid arthritis or any arthritis, anything like that, you might already be starting to feel this. And I thought about it 2 weeks ago. I started having kind of aches and pains and creaks and all of that. And I thought, it's still hot as hell outside. Why are we already getting this? But it's because regardless of what the weather is like, fall is coming. This is all about letting go of what isn't good for us, what is old, what is stale, so we can be more receptive to the pure and the new. Think about it. If we go from fall, which is that letting go of waste, and then we go into the pure and new, that's snow. That, you know, you think about when you see a snowfall, all of a sudden everything just looks clear again. So that's what this period can all be about. The other thing is that metal season is all about grief. And so if you've been finding yourself starting to feel just a little sad, or thinking more of people that have passed and all of that, you're right on schedule. And I would think that most of you, since you're healers, are probably already getting a lot of this. Ayurvedically, we're going into Vata. So Vata is air. And air is hard, at least for somebody who's fire like me and Della. So you'll know if you're having trouble with Vata because you'll have some of these imbalances come up. So if your skin starts to feel dry, your hair, it's all about dryness, dryness internally. I wouldn't mind the weight loss, but you know, the rest of that seems not okay. Your mind, if you're feeling restless, you're feeling dizzy, or as Summer said, feeling really ungrounded, it's because we're moving into Vata season. If you're feeling like this excessive movement, if you've noticed with the people around you, there's more fidgeting, more agitation, muscle twitches, this is all just a part of Vata imbalance. And so the cool thing about Ayurveda is there's always a solution for it. So in Pitta season, which is summer, which is what we're coming out of, that's all fire. And if your fire gets out of balance, then you're going to have all kinds of rashes and skin itchies and all that kind of stuff. So you increase what they need. So Vata, because it's so dry, obviously water is going to be a huge thing. And I know you hear it all the time, but you want to hydrate, 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 hydrate. Reduce the amount of astringent dry foods. Go more towards sweet, sour, salty, warm foods. Like the worst thing for Vata, and I know it's hot, is to have anything raw. You do not want to eat raw foods at this time. Everything needs to be cooked. Pumpkin, sweet potatoes, beets, carrots, zucchini, all of those kind of things are very beneficial for this time. Sticking to the grains that are listed. You guys are all going to get this PowerPoint. So we're just going to kind of skim over some of it, and you can go back and read it. What I think is really important are the spices. I find that if I can just kind of go with the spices of the season, I tend to do a little bit better. For example, as I said, I'm Pitta, so I'm always supposed to have sweet foods. But I hate cooked foods. You know, I need that raw food because my digestion is very, very quick. So if I can go into some of these spices that are for the season, so black pepper, cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, turmeric is for everybody all the time, and saffron. So just start to add a little bit more of that to your food if you can. Um, Meditation is really important, but especially chanting mantras. So if you're Vata, you're very brainy. Now, we're not all Vata. Some of us are Kapha, some of us are Pitta. But the best thing for a Vata person to do is come up with an extremely complicated thing to set their mind on. If they can set their mind on something, then they don't have that all over the place feeling. So everybody has a little bit of each dosha. That's what these are called, or doshas. So if you're finding yourself really having that imbalance of feeling dizzy or grounded, chanting a complicated mantra could be the easiest way to get you back in. And I can certainly help you with those. You could come to Kundalini and we chant mantra. We have a triple mantra. So you'd have to learn 3 parts of a mantra, but we're happy to share that with you. The other thing is sleeping. Believe it or not, Vadas probably sleep the less of everybody. And I can't see everybody, so Della will have to tell me, but I wonder how many of you are having trouble sleeping right now. You know, you can just do a show of hands or throw it in the chat. Or do you find yourself really wanting to sleep more and more and more? Because that's part of what we're going into. So I'm going to pull you guys up. Anybody here having trouble sleeping? Yeah. No. Yeah. And it's interesting because just what I know about each one of you, it's kind of funny that the pittas are having trouble sleeping. The kaphas have no trouble sleeping. Kaphas are really good at sleep. The vadas, I would imagine, are kind of all over the place right now. Does anybody identify with any of that? Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting to me. So we're going to go into how can we fix this? How can we fix all these wonderful metal Vata things? And so I'm going to give this over to Miss Della right now. And she's going to help you out.
Okay. So it's funny, Linda, because I can't see everybody either. So
Okay.
I don't know. There's got to be a way to do that, but I can only scroll up and down, but we'll figure that out.
It's okay.
Yeah. All right. Color therapy. All right. So what color therapy is just what it says, is using color and light to help you assist with your moods, feelings, inside and out. Um, and you'll notice that it can affect how you view the world, how you view yourself, and color can affect your daily activities. It can be used by wearing colors, looking at colors, even just visualizing the colors. It'll all help with your mood and can also help with how you're feeling and how you see things. And colored lights, that's the biggest thing with color therapy is using lights, different color lights that reflect the different chakra colors, that can be focused on different parts of the body, that can help and aid and how you're feeling. And just a little history here, color therapy is also traced back to the ancient Egyptians, and they used to use colored glass for therapeutic purposes. So now I want you all to take our first little field trip here and just go get something blue. Doesn't matter what shade of blue it is. Just get something, or if you happen to be wearing blue, but just go pick up something blue and bring it back and have it with you. Linda, is that a huge blue crystal?
No, 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 no. It's just a little blue heart.
Okay. Because from far away, I was like, is that a crystal?
Right. No, Barb has my Celestine heart. I was going to go get one of those. She's got her blue heart.
Is everybody back? Of course, I still can't see it. Not yet.
We got Stephanie, and I'm not sure about Terry. I love that heart, Barb.
I'm back.
She's there.
Okay.
Yeah, now everybody's back.
All right. So what I want you to do is hold on to your blue item while we talk about the color blue. So just for a moment, close your eyes, hold on to your blue item and just close your eyes for a moment. And just notice how holding on to that blue item, just notice how it makes you feel. And while you're holding on to it, visualize it. You know what it is. Visualize what it is that you're actually holding on to. And just notice if it changes your mood or changes anything. Just notice. All right. Anybody notice any difference? Did it change anything? And it can also, depending on whether you're holding light blue, dark blue, that can make a difference as well. But just notice if you feel any calmer, any different than you did before.
Weirdly, I found myself taking a breath.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so blue. September is represented by the color blue. It even has blue as its birthstone, the sapphire. And although we sometimes attribute the color blue to sadness and melancholy, you know, like I'm feeling blue, which is I'm feeling sad, or even music, the blues, which we all know, if you know the blues, is all about letting out that sadness and that you're feeling through music. But blue is also a color of peace, harmony, calmness, soothing. It's relaxing. It can bring serenity, and it can also bring healing. It can pacify the nervous system, and it is also believed to soothe the soul. Just so you know, so the blue sapphire is said to bring luck, love, happiness, and even loyalty. And blue is also the color of royalty. You know, in the past, you know, kings and nobles wore blue, while everyone else, you know, may have wore the greens and the browns, but blue was known as a color of the royalty. All right, Linda. Click.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right. So blue also connects us to spirit. And like I said before, you know, whether it's light blue or dark blue, the light blue is more associated with the throat chakra, which is the Shuthi, and that means pure or purification. And it's about expressing your truth. You know, the throat chakra is all about communication and voicing things. And the darker blues are more associated with the third eye, and that is the Ajni, and that is the doorway for our spiritual communication. And it's all about our self-reflection, you know, the third eye going in and reflecting on yourself. And the color blue also connects us to the sea and the sky. And it's that ever ending. If you look up at the sky or look out at blue water, ocean, or sea, or whatever it is, it looks never ending. And that's what blue is. And that's how the blue brings about that calming and that soothing. You know, if you think about the sky and you think about the sea and just how being there, and Linda, I know you can attest, how being around that water, you know, or being out in the fresh open air in a blue sky brings upon a sense of calmness and healing. You know, water is very, very healing and can just bring your emotions from a certain level, maybe anxious or whatever, down to a place of calmness and just bring you back to yourself. So it's really, you know, for the month of September, as we've been talking about, about the letting go and reflecting on what things you need to think about and let go of. And the color blue will help with that. And, I don't know if anybody wants to like type in the chat or wants to, let me know how that blue affected you when you were holding it and still holding it. And if it, has made a difference in, hey, I just kind of noticed, like Linda said, I just took a breath, or, I feel my energy being just a little bit more soothed or a little bit calmer or whatever the case may be.
So Della, should we just start to try to wear more blue this
Right.
month?
I think for now, yes.
Mhm.
It'll help you with, somebody put something in the chat, I missed it that quick, but it'll help with understanding and that letting go. And oh, Rachel just said calming some of the nervousness I've been carrying today. Good.
Yeah.
But yes, and so wearing blue during this month or during this time, when you're thinking about letting go and what you need to let go of, it can help you reflect better, especially if you wear that darker blue. It helps with that inner reflection, and focusing on that third eye and understanding, hey, I'm wearing this blue and I'm understanding, of course, I'm wearing blue jeans,
Right.
but and help with that understanding of what it is that you're focusing on for this month.
It's interesting because I would never have thought of blue being the color for September, but it makes so much sense, especially with all that dryness that we're having because of metal and because of Vata season, that representing the ocean and all of that. I think
Water.
that makes perfect sense, Stella.
It goes along with your hydrate, the water.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. So your second field trip, guys, is to get a pen, pencil, and some paper. A pen or a pencil and some paper. So we're going to work with this blue. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is not forever. This is just for now. Good. Everybody back. Yes. We're still waiting for Tammy and for Ria. I always love it when Ria comes to class. And I love that she just doesn't sit there and roll her eyes. You know how kids can be like, all right, mom, whatever. Right. She's still rolling her eyes. um, so what Della said is this light blue is associated with the throat chakra and expressing truth. And so if you've been looking at the slide, you can see we kind of planted a lot of blue in there for you. And you also have the blue with you that you went and got. So we're going to take a few moments here and we're going to do what is really important to do in September, and that is reflect. And so we've given you a list of things that you can reflect on this month. But what we'd like you to try and do this right now with your pen is answer this question. The truth is what? So just with what you've heard so far, just allow yourself to just start to write. The truth is. Try not to think about it. Try not to feel like, oh, I've got to come up with my masterpiece here. Let it be just free association. Everything that comes to mind. No punctuations. No, you can curse. You can do whatever you want. We're going to take a few minutes here to do so. And if you need inspiration, just grab that blue thing and hold on to it. And so while everyone is finishing up, if anybody wants to share anything, feel free to do so. You certainly don't have to, but if the blue is helping you. Good. And you can continue this all month long. Your search for what is the truth? What is it you need to let go? Journaling is one of the best things that you can do. So we said this is the 9th month. The number 9 is really important in tarot. Number 9 is the Hermit card. And the Hermit is all about taking time for reflection. So if that's something that you don't normally do, if you're a person that's go, 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 go all the time and doesn't want to stop for a moment, this is the time to do it. So throughout the month, we've given you a couple of just relevant questions for this month. So maybe you're just going to once a week or, whatever you decide, just sit down with one of them. Which one speaks to you? What is pure and sacred in your life? What doesn't serve your higher self? Along with, if you were with Stephanie and I for the Astro TriCast, we've been telling you about all these retrogrades that are going on right now. We have like 7, 8 planets in retrograde, but some of them are starting to come direct. Right now, this transition time is so profound. It's such an opportunity to really get down to what story are you holding on to about yourself? What relationships are you holding on to? Don't be afraid to look at them right now, because with Neptune in Pisces, the answers are going to be made clear. So Stephanie's like, So one of the other things that we think is very important this month is aromatherapy, and Tammy's here too. So I'm sure she can attest to it as well. So I'm going to give it back to Della.
All right. Well, aromatherapy. Love, love, love aromatherapy. So, aromatherapy, similar to color therapy, is all about things that have a therapeutic benefit. And aromatherapy is the use of essential oils for that therapeutic benefit. So, whether they're inhaled, if, you know, putting on a room, making a room spray, making, diffusing it, whether you're, you know, wearing it on your skin. Aroma essential oils are very, very beneficial to helping you. So what we're focusing on for September is autumn, letting go, the sense of fall, and also things for calming. So guys, time for another field trip. So this time, no, not everyone has essential oils, but if you have essential oils, I want you to grab, don't go yet, but because I have a list here. Grab either like orange, lemon, if you have it, bergamot, grapefruit, cinnamon, clove, cedarwood, lavender, chamomile, ylang ylang, or peppermint. Now, if you don't have essential oils, you can just go grab a spice, grab a cinnamon, grab clove, grab an extract, you know, lemon extract, orange extract, if you have it, grapefruit, or even go actually grab the fruit, grab an orange, grab a lemon, grab a grapefruit. Just go get something, you know, that can help represent September or autumn, calming. Just go grab it and come back.
Della, can I use pumpkin pie spice instead?
Oh, pumpkin, yes, because if you look at pumpkin pie spice, it has cinnamon and I believe nutmeg, clove. So yes, because it has those other spices in it.
Yes. I have all the essential oils, but I like the spices too.
Because I'm like, why is Linda grabbing a spice? I know she has essential oil. But spices are good.
Oh,
Okay, is everybody back? Not yet.
yeah, no?
I don't see Summer yet.
Okay. There she is.
Summer's back. Okay. I just clicked away too. All right. So what I want you to do is just close your eyes and smell whatever it is you have, whether it's essential oil, a spice, piece of fruit, a flavoring. Just smell it. And then I want you to go to the chat and write the first thing that comes to mind after you smell it.
Mm. I know it's my favorite.
Cozy, happy, refreshing, uplifting, peppermint. That's right. Peace, energy. Oh, home. That's those spices. All right. So for September, comfort cabin, lemon pie. Oh, good.
Oh, nice. Comfort cabin. I love that.
I know, me too.
Lemon pie.
So we're going to focus on two types of blend. One is the blend for autumn, and then the other will be calming. So here's the recommendation for autumn. You know, and I just have to, autumn is here and falling leaves. And, you know, these are just, like I said, recommendations. For autumn is here, orange, cinnamon, clove, and lemon. And for falling leaves, the bergamot, cedarwood, and clove. And feel free. This is not an exact science. It's about what you like, what you enjoy. Feel free. If you don't have all of these essential oils, mix and match. Try to go with things that are like, you don't have clove or cinnamon. Do you have cardamom? It's all, you're just trying to kind of stay in things that remind you of fall season or autumn. I recommend either I love diffusing. I absolutely love diffusing essential oils. And if you have your diffuser, drop in the drops of your essential oil, turn it on, let it run. Usually for Michaela, I do calming things for her at night just to help her sleep, and I just have it set so that it runs like 2 to 4 hours and then it cuts off automatically. But it's like, and I turn it on before while she's in the shower, so that when she goes in there, Haroon is already has that scent in it, that calming scent to help her, let her body know and let her senses know, hey, it's time to calm down. It's time, to relax and get ready for bed. So, but if you'd rather do like a room spray, I have a little recipe here for that. You do need to have filtered water and essential and witch hazel, or vodka.
I always use vodka.
You
Just
can
so.
use vodka. I didn't say vodka. I mean, that's what I use too.
Well, it has
But
no smell. It has no smell.
and it has no smell, right? And that's really that's why I use it. But you can use witch hazel as well. But I do prefer vodka. But
It evaporates better and it mixes with the oils better. Just get the cheapest rock gut stuff. It doesn't matter.
Right.
and
right.
I do. That's exactly what I do. I do prefer vodka, but
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if I should put vodka there. I
We're
want y'all
all
thinking it's
adults
alcoholic or something.
We're all adults. I don't drink vodka, so it's easy to put it in essential oils.
Exactly. And that's why you can buy the cheap stuff, because you're not drinking it anyway.
Right.
But just so these autumn's here, falling leaves, all of these, the orange, cinnamon, clove, lemon, bergamot, cedarwood, those are all like warming, uplifting, comforting, refreshing, soothing. Those are the type of feelings that these essential oils can emit for you.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and the room sprays are really nice. Like to just spray your pillow before you go to bed, just like a little spray of it. So
right. So yes, I think so Rachel asked, a good substitute for orange scents. You love them but cannot use them. Can you use lemon? Can you use grapefruit? Or like, okay, and Tammy said, or no citrus at all. If you can't use citrus at all, you just leave it out.
yeah, and bergamot too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Rachel, I know you can't eat oranges. You can't smell them either. Interesting. That's
Or
interesting.
have them on my skin.
Okay, but she said lemon and grapefruit are good.
Okay. Yeah.
And go ahead, Linda.
No, I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
And I would imagine, because like there's different grades of orange. I'm sure Tammy can say so too, because there's wild orange, there's neroli. I'm wondering if it's all the orange based ones, anything that has that, I guess you wouldn't want to experiment though.
As of yet, I have not found anything, even bergamot as like orange-esque, and there's something to it, so I can't use it either. It's a very weird allergy, but yes, thank you for the recommendations.
Lime too.
Do all other citrus.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love neroli too, Tammy. Absolutely. But I would imagine that probably has too much orange in it for her. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Bella mentioned that essential oils in the diffuser are toxic to dogs, in case you have dogs in your house. There are some, yes, that are toxic to animals. But a good calming kind of one, I think, is lavender. That's pretty neutral for all if you like lavender.
Right. Bella, do you know what is toxic to dogs? I've always run diffusers. I've never worried about that. Is there, I guess we could look it up or,
There's a whole list if you Google it.
okay. I've
I
never
think-
heard that.
Lavender is actually bad for cats. Just FYI.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much any oil is bad for cats, unfortunately. Apparently their bodies can't metabolize it, which I've had cats, so, but it's okay. As long as they have another room or someplace they can go to get away from it if you're diffusing it in the room.
Yeah.
So don't feel like you have to cut it out. Just, make sure they have somewhere else they can go.
Right. Or, no cat. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Kidding.
So another idea, you can use it in the bathroom. That
Oh.
way, as a relaxing place, you can go off by yourself and use it there so that you may be away from any pets, if that's the case.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, in a bath or shower, yeah.
Right.
No pets. There shouldn't be, you're right. All right, so the next blends are the calming ones. So a calm me down and a stress relief. So here we have the lavender, chamomile, ylang ylang, grapefruit, lavender, orange, peppermint. And again, any of these can be substituted. To me, lavender, other than for cats or any essential oil for cats, sublemon for orange. Lavender, is to me is an essential oil that is not necessarily my favorite, but it is very calm. It's like it is like a mood changer immediately. It's like if you are feeling, not calm, I'll say, and you smell some lavender, that is one thing for me personally that can quickly bring me to a sense of calm. I don't know why, it just does.
Yeah. It's interesting because lavender gives me a headache.
Really?
If I used to make eye pillows all the time, and if I was sewing the lavender ones, I would get a headache. I'd have to give it to Rhea or someone else to do it. I found if I substitute rosemary for the lavender, it has the same effect because it's purification. Lavender is a purification scent, and so is rosemary. So if you don't like lavender, for that stress relief one, or even the calm me down, you could try the rosemary because it's very grounding.
Love rosemary.
Yeah.
That
And
is
yes,
new favorite.
Summer's cracking me up because Summer says she's did doTERRA too. So you have and you do, they just end up sitting there and the cabinet smells really good, but you never do anything with them. So I get you.
That's funny.
Yeah, vetiver is very deep and very grounded.
It is. It's
yeah. So cool. And so anybody else have any questions, anything like that? You're gonna all make these blends, and sometimes if I find one that I really like say I love the stress relief, instead of doing 5 drops, 4 drops and all of that, I'll actually make like a little shot glass of it and just pour some in every night, so you don't have to keep opening each one of the bottles with it. So
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I just have a bottle where you mix it all up together and you just hold on to that, and then you can just use that in the diffuser or whatever. Yep, do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, putting it weekly. I do that, and Barry's sitting here, so I'm going to call him out. But I have Heather gave me a Palo Santo spray that I absolutely love. And so when he turns his back, I spray his pillow.
How rude.
And I have like a lavender one for me that Rhea gave me, and then the Palo Santo from Heather. And I'm like, well, because it's so light, it doesn't ride a poor Barry. Anyway, anyway, it will change. Like if you are having trouble sleeping, as we mentioned earlier, just sometimes putting that little spray makes all the difference, and you'll forget that you even did it, but it just kind of puts you right into like this just peaceful state, especially if you use a blue pillowcase as well. So you get a blue pillowcase and you spray it with Della's blends and you'll sleep like a baby. So
Blue light too.
all right, so you guys know me and my altars. Like that is just what I love to do. And so I've already started my one over here. I can't seem to talk Barry into getting the fall stuff down yet because it's hot up in the attic. But having an altar to me kind of lets me stay in a constant state of using the seasons. So, I feel like we don't follow the seasons at all. Most people don't, like when it's winter, that's when we're busy, which that's when we're supposed to be hibernating. But oh no, we have all these holidays and we have to run around. We go on vacation in summer and we lay around, and that's when we're supposed to be moving. It's just bizarre the way we have kind of gone against what our natural instincts are. And so I love the wheel of the year. It is pagan and people will say it's witchy and all of those kind of things, but each one of the festivals that the Celts or the pagans used was in tandem with what is going on in the season. So Mabon on the equinox is all about harvesting. It's about honoring what this season is all about. So setting up an altar that you just walk by every day. So I like to put my altars out where I can see them. Back when my children were little, I used to use the back of my toilet tank because that was the only place I could truly control. But now I'll put them out, and every time I walk by, I'm reminded. So, for example, I live at the beach, you guys know. So everything here is beachy all the time. And so I can stay in a perpetual summer if I wanted to, because beach is summer to me. But I feel like then I don't have trees out here that are changing colors or losing leaves or anything. And I will forget that this is the time of letting go. This is the time to transition. And so boom, Christmas will come on me and I won't be ready for it. So I'll start to set up different things to remind me that it's autumn. So this is the time that you're going to focus on your home. You're going to give thanks for security. It's a great time to, if you like to go apple picking, if you come down to North Carolina, this is the time that they're harvesting apples and you can go picking and all of that. It's about feasting and bringing in all those things to get you through. So if you're going to set up an altar, and I have some ideas for you in the next page as well, but some of the easy way to set up an altar is put some things that represent harvest. Like you're walking along, like I know Stephanie walks out in the woods all the time, pick up a daggone leaf and put it in a sacred place in your house. That reminds you of that's what's coming. Mabon is also a big time to remember loved ones who have passed. Think about it. We're coming up on October, which is Halloween and all of that. It's about spirits and ghosts and things like that. September is the time to start to reflect on that. September is a great time to go to a graveyard and visit your loved ones, if you're a person that likes to do that. If you don't like to do that, put a picture of a loved one on your altar. Anything that is made of metal is a great idea. Anything that represents your father. Remember what I said, this is metal season, and metal is all about father. And think about that. what we want fathers to be. Now, not all of us had fathers like that, but that strong structure like metal. That's why it's that hard core sort of thing. And a gratitude journal. This is really the time to start to pay attention to, well, what did you create this year? What has come your way this year? Gratitude journals are really simple. You just get a nice, pretty little book, which we all probably have 20 of them because we just pick them up. And you just put 3 to 5 things every single day that you're grateful for. It really helps kind of ground you back into what's important, especially when you're going through a tough time. To go, okay, my friend Jenny, my best friend, she used to say all the time that when she was having a really bad day, she would sit back and reflect for a moment that at least she didn't have a headache. Like some days it's as simple as that. At least I didn't have a headache today. I mean, you can be grateful for that. So I was having a little fun with this. So coming up with what the key words for September are, to kind of play with here. So September is about philosophy. What is your philosophy? What are you? What is important to you? What do you think about what's going on? Harvest, obviously, honoring your ancestors, your spirituality, to really get more connected to it. When we're in the fire of summer and we're having so much fun and we're running around, we kind of forget the spiritual part of us, where summer is a more physical time. So going into our spirituality, into our intuition, it's a time to prepare. This would be the time of year that my great aunt Anime would be pulling everything in from the garden, all the cucumbers, and turning them into pickles and canning them. They used to call them putting up. We're putting up our tomatoes. We're putting up our beans. This is when you're gathering and you're preparing. And so, yeah, a lot of us don't do that kind of stuff. But preparing for winter, especially those of you like myself that have seasonal affectation disorder, once this light starts to go away and we start to get more and more in the darkness, which is what the equinox represents, when we start to go forward into darkness, you need to prepare for that. How are you going to get through the winter without falling into despair? What can you do to bring light inside? And that's what spirituality is all about. Structure, because it's metal, coming up with a structure. The best thing you can do right now is set a schedule. This is when I sleep, and this is when I work, and this is when I do things for me. And this is when my family, and blah, 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 blah. Solitude, remember, it's hermit time. It's the time to start reflecting inwardly, and it's a big time to release. So each of those things have crystal that goes with it. So my thought was you could make a grid out of these 9 squares. You could put your crystals in them. And so I went ahead and I thought, well, an easy way to do this would be to find different glasses and stuff like that. And of course, look what color. So for philosophy, I thought, oh, okay, so lapis, Rachel and my favorite, lapis, or sodalite. Those are really nice blue stones that kind of will bring you into, well, what is my philosophy? Not what anybody else tells me, but what is mine? Harvest, any of the stones that are close to the earth, like jasper, Mukite, any of those you might want to use for your harvest section. Your ancestors, honor your ancestors. Carnelian is a great one. Prehnite, and I know you guys are crystalled out, so you know all of these things, but carnelian is really good for the sacral chakra, which you'll notice we're going to start going into that in October, that orange. But it's good for the back. So if you're having any problems with your honoring your ancestors, you're having some stuckness, put a carnelian on your back, lay down for a little while and let yourself relax. Spirituality, amethyst, of course, anything amethyst, angel light and selenite. Those are really good ones for that, kind of connecting to angels and things like that. Intuition, you want kyanite. The best is blue chalcedony. If you really are looking to connect, put a blue chalcedony right on your forehead and lay down for a little while, and you're going to get all kinds of information. I just did that, and white flashes just went all over the place. I mean, it is a really sacred time right now for intuition. Trust me. Blue tiger's eye, if you have blue tiger's eye, that's a really good one too, to kind of get some clarity for what you know. Preparing for the future, citrine and unakite. Those are really good ones to kind of get you moving forward. Structure, the jaspers, fluorite is good because it's going to focus you. Solitude, Larimar, just because I love it. Rose quartz, anything that makes you feel love. That solitude is all about loving yourself. You know, we don't give ourselves solitude because we're always taking care of everybody else. So allowing yourself to feel like, no, I deserve to have this time to myself as well. And without, you know, monkey mind saying, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, you know, just hold a rose quartz to your heart for a little bit, and let yourself rest. And then finally, releasing, and I have to show you this because I thought I was hysterically funny, but my releasing cup, can you see that? It's me, whatever. I have hematite, Apache's tears, and Botswana agate. And I think that's really important to help you release. Apache's tears will help with grief. And this is a very sacred time to deal with your grief. So what I thought was fun was you could go ahead and make a grid out of these with your crystals. You could pick a different oracle card for each one. You could actually set your altar up. These are the things that represent my philosophy, and these are the things that represent harvest, and these are the things, and just set it in the pattern of 9. You know, the 3s and the 3s are really important. But I thought you could also have fun with it. I mean, why not play bingo? Like, why not decide, okay, I'm going to put this out and I'm going to pick a task, a goal that is going to represent each item to focus on. And when you do it, you know, say you just make an affirmation and you put it in. When you do it and you've completed, filled the board, do something nice for yourself. That's bingo. So you have, we're still in the first week of September. So you have another 3 weeks to kind of complete your board. And really, truly, if you guys think that's a cool idea like I do, please show us what you do. So when we get together, we'll be able to share with one another the ideas that we came up with. I'm trying to look at this book. Make sure it's a leaf free of eggs. Rachel, you're a hoot. So, or spiders. Wouldn't even thought. Well, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, so having said all of that, we're going to go into a healing attunement now. So what I want you to do, this is your final field trip. You're going to go get what you need to make yourself comfortable. So if you're not in a comfortable chair, you know, bring your phone over. That's why you thought of it, right, Rachel? ladybug babies. Get, if you need a blanket, I can't imagine that you would, but if you're in Florida and it's cooler there, go ahead and grab a blanket or whatever you need. Just take a few moments. Maybe you want something blue to help you get ready if you have a blue blanket or anything. So just take a few moments. And this is a two-part meditation. So the first part, you are going to have it. It is part of the PowerPoint, and you're going to be able to come back to it throughout the month anytime you want. The second part of it is actually a guided visualization. So I'm going to do the first part, and Della's going to do the second part. So get comfy. When I see you, when I see everybody, turn your lights down if you can. Yeah. Rhea, just tell them, I'll go turn the lights down. They said so. Yeah, maybe if you have a red candle, light a red candle. If you don't get one this weekend, go on Amazon. Or yellow. I was trying to set up my altar. I was running around going, I don't have a red candle. How do I not have a red candle? I think I left them in Bowie. Is everybody back? Everybody getting ready? All right. I'm still waiting. Rachel's coming back. And I think Leslie and Terry are there. All right. There she is. Okay, so let yourself get comfortable. And like I said, the first part of this, you will have the script. And like I said, you're going to want to, if you can, light a red, yellow, or orange candle. You could burn some incense if you're an incense person, or use one of those diffuser blends when you decide that you want to do this. This is not a one-time meditation. This is throughout the month to do this. You can sit on the floor. Today, we're going to lay down. We're going to make ourselves comfortable, or if you're in a chair, you can do that. So you're going to start by just taking 3 deep cleansing breaths. So if you're a yogi, you know Ujjayi breath. You're going to bring the breath into the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. And then when you exhale, it will come out the chest, the rib cage, and then the belly. If you are a Reiki healer, go ahead and visualize or silently chant your symbols. And I'm going to chant them Kotadama. And you are welcome to chant that with me, and we'll do that 3 times. Oeze one eki okue. Oeze one eki okue. Oeze one eki okue. So just feel that Reiki energy starting to flow. And even if you're not Reiki, doesn't matter. You will feel the healing energy that Reiki brings. And so once you are settled and ready, you're going to tune into your heart center. And you're going to begin to imagine that there's a cauldron filled with golden light that rests there. And it can look however you want it to look. It could be any color you want, but the light is gold. And you're going to allow that light to grow stronger and stronger. Maybe each time you inhale, it gets a little brighter. And each time you exhale, it gets a little steadier. So once you have a good sense of it, start to allow the light to overflow, pouring down to your toes, and then flowing back up to the crown of your head until your whole body is filled with warm, nurturing light. Allow the light to nourish your body, your mind, and your spirit for as long as you like. Let any old stagnant energy drain from the soles of your feet down into the earth to be recycled. Just see it emptying. Once you feel like that energy has drained away, you may wish to send some of the light in that cauldron out beyond your body to your loved ones, your community, or to the world at large. Or you may simply choose to bask in your light for as long as you wish, knowing that you can come back to this over and over and over again in the month of September. That cauldron with golden light just gets stronger and stronger. And now just allow that cauldron to kind of take a back seat as we go forward now into a guided visualization to prepare us for autumn.
And with your eyes still closed, still settled in, if you can, straighten your spine if you would like. Allow your hands to rest in your lap or by your side. If your legs are crossed, uncross them. Breathe easy. In and out. In and out. Noticing the way your diaphragm moves just below your sternum as your lungs intake and release air. When you're ready, we'll begin the autumn meditation. Envision yourself standing inside a room with a door that leads outside ahead of you. Pull a key from your pocket to unlock it. Turn the latch and step outside. In front of you is a colorful autumn landscape with hundreds of trees with leaves in brilliant reds and golds. Some are green, not yet changed, while others have become crisp and brown on the edges. A little further ahead, water babbles down a shallow stream, only a foot or so deep in the deepest part. You can see the stones and sediment that the water travels over. Leaves have floated down into it to collect on the edges where the water ripples toward the shore, creating a golden lining on either side. You sit on a perfectly sized sitting rock on the edge, comfortable and content as the water runs by. Breathe in the crisp autumn air, filling your lungs with the scent of water, leaves, and the grasses that are yellowing around you. Feel the warmth of the afternoon sun on your face. The heat of summer is gone, and in its place is this wonderfully pleasant day, just warm enough for comfort and cool enough to invigorate. As the breeze blows around you, notice the way that it coaxes leaves to let go of their branches, to float to the ground below. Some take a more direct path, while others drift and sway in the wind, spinning and twirling as they make their way down. Others still do not fall at all, but rather continue to hold on to the branches they grew from, refusing to take flight. They have allowed themselves to change colors alongside their fellows, but refuse to give in to the descent ahead. Just a little longer, they protest to the breeze. We're not yet ready to fall. So they hold on a little longer, even as the world changes around them. The yellows become orange, the oranges red, and the leaves on the ground become brown. But still the leaves on the trees hold on, hoping to evade the relentless movement of time. Visualize the changing world of fall around you as you continue to breathe crisp autumn air in and out, leaning into this moment. As you breathe in and out, bring to mind something that you have been holding on to, something that no longer serves you, that you would like to let go of, but have not done so yet. Imagine this thing as a leaf on a tree, clinging to a branch high above the ground, refusing to give in to the change of the season. Once it had a place in your life, as every leaf has its place in a tree. It might even be a blossom that you cherished in the spring of its existence, that you have watched unfurl and grow, and that has now exchanged its green for gold. This leaf is not a bad leaf. This thing is not a bad thing. And yet, the time has come for it to fall from the branch. The time has come for you to let it go. Take a deep breath, the deepest breath you have taken thus far. And visualize the leaf letting go. It releases the branch and drifts gently to join the other leaves of red and gold below. Just like the leaf has not entirely disappeared, neither has the thing you are letting go of. It has just joined all the other things that you have grown with and learned from and are now ready to let go of. For a moment longer, enjoy the autumn world around you, experiencing again the warmth of the sun, the chill of the breeze, and the distinct scent of leaves and earth. When you are ready, leave the side of the river and return to the door you entered this world through. Step back inside, taking care to pull the key from your pocket to lock the door once more. This door is always available to you. You can always return to the autumn world by the river with the trees of gold and red. The key will always be in your pocket. Return your focus to your breath, breathing in and out, in and out, soft and slow, experiencing the way your lungs also release the old to bring in the new. And finally, when you are ready, you can slowly begin opening your eyes and coming back into consciousness here.
So we'll give everyone a chance to just come on back. And then we will just take a moment. I'm looking here, and every single one of you are Reiki healers. And you all are Reiki sisters, because we all train together. We're all part of the same lineage. We might have all trained at different times, but we are all part of the same family. So just take a moment in whatever way feels right to you. You can put your hands up, you can put your hands to your heart, but go ahead and send that energy, this energy of this evening, to one another. And let's all kind of make a little vow that we will continue to send this throughout the month of September. And if any of you need more, just let us know. We're here. You'll be hearing from us on the equinox with your card. Namaste, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. It's so good to see your faces.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste. It's lovely. Thank you.
We'll send you the PowerPoint.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Love you guys.
Bye.